Welcome back. We are going to be investigating the death of, I think it was Cara? Cara something. And we're gonna find out why she's dead. And honestly, let's get into it. Yes. Okay. Let's look at the body. Our captors gave us a lot of information about this victim. To their credit, what's written on the tablet seems accurate, but I should inspect the body just in case. Damn it. It's just a doll. Damien, stop hesitating. Yeah, Damien, stop hesitating. Hold on. Okay, I am back. The doll was slumped against the door, her torso soaked in blood. Parts of her shirt have been ripped open, exposing bits of bloody, indescribable pulp. I quickly took a step back, trying to control my breathing to avoid throwing up. It's just a doll. There's no reason to be afraid of a doll. I mean, the doll looks kind of real if everybody thought it was real. A bloody knife lays next to the victim. It's safe to say that this must be the murder weapon. Yeah, because she was stabbed 28 times. Was that it? Okay, there's a gun. The initial sight of the doll shocked me, so much I completely overlooked the rifle. Inspecting it now, I realized something. If the victim was stabbed, why was the rifle near her body? That rifle. Could you step back a bit? I'm curious about something. No. What? No, Before I could finish my sentence, Jean walked over to where I was and picked up the gun. Hey, you're messing with the crime scene. Ignoring me, he released the magazine of the gun with surprising ease. Eh? From the top of the magazine protruded a loaded bullet.
I see.
Huh. That's interesting. This rifle hasn't even been used. Definitely a dangerous thing to have around. I'll put it down and guard it so nobody gets any smart ideas. Better than him holding it. Damn, a loaded gun? What was going on in the killer's head? Why bring a gun to a crime scene and not even use it? Unless the gun was purely for imitation. It's not very logical, but it'd be a twisted game to play with the victim. Alright, I mean that makes sense. It's like, it's an assault rifle. Like, if it's not used, then, and we know the victim's been stabbed, so it's definitely not the murder weapon. Her hands were surprisingly clean, all things considered. There were no marks or injuries apart from her nails. It looked like there was dried blood underneath them. She must have struggled. Why was there blood underneath her nails and not the rest of her hand? Yeah, that must be from a struggle. So she probably scratched the victim while she was trying to get free. The girl has been stabbed repeatedly. I don't need the tablet to know that. However, her cause of death, you'd think it was stabbed to the heart or something, but the tablet claimed blood loss. Taking a closer look at the wounds, they didn't seem excessively deep. At least not deep enough to pierce her heart. If she had died from blood loss, what does that say about the killer? They probably could have killed her quickly if they wanted. Did they want her to suffer a slow death? Damn, this is messed up. That seems to be all the evidence. Nothing else was catching my eye. I should check the inside of the closet now. I'm caught. Yep. Positive. Just walk over her body. Oh, Wolfgang. And Eva and... Oh, I forgot this girl's name. I know she's the ultimate gamer. I forgot her name. It was the last place I want to dig through, but I gathered as much evidence as I could. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to present a strong argument. That's probably from the chemicals. It's a bucket. Pretty typical thing to find inside a janitor's closet. But why is it randomly lying here? There's nothing inside it, except... What is the smell? It smelled like bleach. Oh, hello. How are you? I'm doing pretty good today. I'm just playing some games and stuff. Just, you know, bored. The shelf was packed with an assortment of towels. I briskly inspect them, lifting each towel to check for anything underneath. Many had gathered dust, but that was it. Nothing looked suspicious about them. Oh my gosh. Okay, expect more. Oh, Cassidy. Okay.
Check it out.
Hey, check it out! What's behind the door? Saying that, she stepped away from the corner.
Right.
It's a ladder? Doesn't seem like anything strange about it. Why was that brought to my attention again?
Dude, not cool.
I'm disappointed in you. Huh?
So hackney.
You called that thing a ladder? It's obviously a step ladder.
Seriously.
Aren't they practically the same thing?
Pardon me.
I have to agree with Miss Amber. Everyone knows an ace investigator must record his evidence as accurately as possible. That's certainly what the victim would want. A guy that doesn't get my references is so not fun to be around. I'm gonna check on the peeps outside. Smell you later, lawyer man. She's already out of here? Did she even investigate anything besides that stupid ladder? I think I have to talk to these guys.
It's for the best.
We must make every effort to examine the crime scene as thoroughly as possible. Not for the sake of entertaining the people who kidnapped us, but for the sake of the victim. After all, this was based on a real murder, was it not? That was what the tablet said, though I'm still skeptical about the validity of that statement. There might be more clues around here. I'm going to check this entire closet for evidence. No thanks. A person like her is probably more likely to cause a murder, not solve one. Alright, have fun with that. There's a clock. There's a clock above the door. Doesn't seem like it works. Looks like that's everything around here. I should check out the other end of the room. Doo-doo. Y'all are all in my way. Doesn't seem like there's anything here. Except behind them. I gotta talk to him.
Gotta stay one step ahead.
I checked all the containers on the shelf. They're all full, with the exceptional one. A bottle of bleach. Bleach? Huh? There's a bucket in this closet that reeks of it.
Makes sense.
That's probably not a coincidence, given this thing is supposed to emulate a real crime scene. It's crazy how much effort has been put into this. I can't think too much about it. What kind of situation we're in, or I'll never be able to handle it. So there's one empty bottle of bleach. These shelves are really intriguing. Take a look. Some of the cleaning brands go as far as back as 80s and 90s. You recognize them? 'Cause I use them. Wow. Why would you do that?
How should I put it?
Old chemicals do the job better, since there were fewer regulations about what's poisonous and all that. Just don't ask where I got them. Don't want to alert the fuzz. I'm sure they don't care about her black market cleaning supplies. So the cleaning supplies is old, less regulations. That security camera, it's brand new. Now that she's mentioning it, it does look out of place. You think it would have gathered dust like the other items in here. Did it recently get cleaned or something? My company's headquarters has similar ones installed, except these cameras are even more high-tech. Typical school spending more on security than education. That's assuming this is even the academy's doing. Okay. Is there like nothing? Look at the camera. It's another surveillance camera. This guy on the speaker watching us through it. Just the thought made my stomach turn. Oh, that's it? Alright everyone, that's time. Looks like you all... Look at all you. You investigated the crime scene so well, it's enough to bring tears to my eyes. Jokes aside, please meet by the elevator for the class trial. You should find it somewhere around the tree of ignorance. That's what that is. Don't make me wait too long. I might just start getting zap happy. See you soon. Class trial? What the hell does that mean? Sounds like that's the end of our investigation.
Let's see.
If we're done with this closet, we should go outside and talk to the others. Makes sense.
Come off the grass.
Oi, what the hell is this class trial? Your guess is good as mine. Obviously, we're going to court. Court?
What?
He's gonna put us on trial?
Listen to me.
Maybe. That's where we'll talk about the clues where we found.
Just saying.
It makes sense for our current situation. Investigations, clues, files. What else that stuff could be?
Well put.
Good point. It seems oddly similar to court procedures. Obviously, we're missing key suspects and witnesses, but they don't seem to be relevant to this case anyway.
Wait a minute.
He mentioned that this elevator was near the Tree of Ignorance, right? He must be referring to the room with the tree.
Focus.
Probably, yeah. It's the only thing I can think of. However, I don't recall seeing an elevator anywhere.
Just follow me.
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's get our butts over there. She keeps treating this like a dumb game. If we're really going on trial, that's gonna be a nuisance to deal with.
Okay.
We might as well follow her. One by one, everyone left. I guess I have no choice but to go as well. Do, do, do. I am not talking to anyone. We're just gonna speed past and get to the class trial. This is gonna be the fun part. Okay. When I arrived at the tree, I saw that people were already bickering.
Check it out.
A big tree. Eden's Garden Academy overuses religious symbolism as tight. I really hope we get out of here after this.
You.
Can you confirm, liar chick? Why are you asking her?
The grass.
Come off the grass. She's clearly faking her talent.
Am I hearing you?
And that makes her one of the bad guys? Who would want to fake that identity besides someone with a secret to hide? I bet she's the one that brought that gas bomb on that train.
Really?
And she didn't think to bring a mask to avoid passing out or whatever?
If no one else is gonna say it.
If all you needed was a mask to protect you, then. Hey, don't look at me. I literally passed out. This helmet's got plenty of holes in it. I suffocated otherwise.
I've got something to say.
No, that liar chick's totally sus. Just look how calm she's been acting. She somehow knew that the dead body was a dummy. Then she poked it in the face? That's not normal.
Deal with it.
I told you, it was my intuition. Intuition, my ass.
Hold your horses.
It's not unbelievable. My gut told me we should expect the doll. Now look at us. We're on a mission to solve a murder.
Any clue?
Where's this elevator supposed to be again? That's right. There was meant to be an elevator around here. But all I see is a tree of ignorance. Maybe we're missing something here. Or maybe we're being played for fools. This is the elevator. No? Where is this elevator? Doot, doot, doot. I'm trying to look. B S. That says E for elevator, but I don't see any buttons. There's something on the tree? 'Cause Maybe it's the statue. Maybe I gotta talk to the statue again. It's a creepy statue with a chunk missing from its face. I didn't notice this the first time, but the edges along the missing section were surprisingly clean. It looked less like a chunk naturally fell off, and more like someone carved it out.
What you doing?
You noticed the statue too, don't you?
Huh?
Huh? Oh yeah.
You alright?
What's up with that statue? There's definitely something whack about it. I just can't put my finger on it.
Look,
The mask is broken. That's a piece missing.
But
Is that weird? The statue is probably like super old. It makes sense it's cracking and stuff.
I'm talking.
No. This definitely seems intentional.
wait.
Like, it's crappy on purpose? Even so, it is not relevant to the elevator, is it? Huh. Well, you know,
What about?
maybe if we find the piece and place it back on the statue, something will happen, like a puzzle-solving game. That sounds kind of far-fetched, but it wouldn't hurt to try. You're saying we gotta look around for the other part of this mask? Hold on, your butts, 'cause I got my eyes on a predator.
Whatever.
This isn't a Never mind. With that, everybody started to search the tree again. Some people expected the tree itself, while others scored around it. After what seemed like only a few minutes, Grace stood up frantically with something in her hand. Oi! Everyone! I found it! We gathered around Grace to see what she was holding.
Nice.
Nice. That must be it. What should we do with it? Do we stick it back in the mask?
Leave it to me.
Probably, yeah. I'll take care of it.
Soybean.
Back off, Hercules. You ain't the one who found it. Grace brought the piece over to the statue and slotted it right into the mask. And then, nothing happened.
Fail.
Oh, that was anticlimactic. Click. Suddenly, the ground we were standing on began to shake.
Golly.
Oh, golly!
Oh shit!
Are we about to die? Oh, the elevator's in the tree?
Yo.
Yo, I was right! That actually worked? A fucking secret passageway in a tree? I never thought I'd see that. The Tree of Knowledge, a symbol of sentiment, intuition, and understanding, exists here only as a barren replica. The Tree of Ignorance emulates the wonders of nature, but does not achieve it. And justly, so for ignorant often aspires to be seen as wisdom.
Game over, man!
Oh god, now he's spitting random physiological? We're so fucked. Will this take us to the elevator?
What about?
These stairs at the foot of the opening.
Yep.
What are we waiting for? Let's explore.
Yeah.
Why is the sudden rush? I want to get home, duh.
Elementary, my dear.
If we get over this, we'll get out of here quicker. It's simply math.
Sure.
Fair enough. So we just walk in, do we? One by one, we approached the opening of the tree and descended into darkness. Oh yeah, this is an elevator. I see. The elevator is underneath the tree. Reckless investments, I tell you. With a rumble, the elevator began its descent. We stood in silence, 16 worried strangers plummeting into the unknown. That's what we were, after all. Random people thrown into this horrible place. And for what? Some twisted man's game? A fake crime scene? An investigation? A creepy statue? An elevator in the tree? None of this was the work of an average kidnapper. This was something much bigger, and in no way could it be connected to Eden Scarlet Academy. The elevator began to slow, snapping me out of my thoughts. I stood up tall, and when the movement came completely stopped, the doors opened. Oh! In front of me was a large circular hall, supported by marble pillars. In the center of the room, 16 podiums had been arranged into the circle. Were those for us? Welcome, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the elevator ride, even if it was a bit quick. As you can see, this is the trial room. Each podium has a name on it. Find your designated podium and stand there until I give out further instructions.
However,
And if we don't comply, then I'll zap you, of course.
back off.
Not this zapping shit again. Just face it, Miss Madison. We're going to have to go along with his demands. Looks like there's a few smart ones in the pack, eh? Well, come along now. We don't have all day. There was no avoiding it. We had to assume our places. Scanning the faces around me, everyone wore similar expressions. Discomfort, anger, worry. It didn't end. We had been kidnapped and forced to play as pawns in some inane game. No free will, no choice in our actions. All we could do was move forward. We had to hope for an escape, a way to run from this twisted place. We have to solve this murder case. Yeah. Oh, no. Cool. Okay, begin class trial. In session. Okay, we gotta find out what's going on. Because we have no witnesses. We haven't, like, it's not a real murder.
Let's begin with a brief explanation of the class trial.
Okay.
The objective here is simple. Explain how the murder took place.
Oh.
Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue what you believe happened to the victim. Should you all agree on the right answer, you will be free to leave this place.
Oh.
Should you all agree on the wrong answer, well, you'll find out. That's all there is to it. Have fun, everybody.
Somebody, get me out of here.
I agree. I would not do this.
If this is something we must discuss, I know a good place to start.
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here! Somebody get me out of here!
Well,
What happened to her?
she got shocked. I mean,
They fried her brain!
yeah.
Calm down. It's only a shock. She won't suffer any permanent side effects.
Let's see about that.
See the brain dead thicker, I just turn on the telly. On that note,
Is he British? Telly? Holy shit. The people running this thing aren't playing around.
You were saying, Wolfgang?
Right. The way I see it, the objective of this trap.
By the way, can I get like a seat with this thing?
I mean, yeah, standing like
Just
that.
gonna be an onlooker. It's only fair.
Well, you have to participate. Like, what?
You're seriously not going to contribute?
What am I even supposed to do?
Something.
Put your detective hat on, buddy. We're here to solve a mystery.
Yeah. Who murdered that dummy chick, right?
Yes.
Not who murdered her, how they murdered her.
Did that tablet not explain it?
It listed her wounds, yes, but it didn't explain how they were inflicted.
Probably because it's so obvious.
But, Miss Amber, you didn't even read the tablet.
And I don't have to.
Would you look at that? A debate's already underway.
Oh, God. She's fried, bro. These guys are clearly confused. I need to stop them before they arrive at the wrong conclusion. That's the sound of a non-stop debate approaching. During non-stop debates, your classmates will speak one after another without interruption. Students may say things that contradict the truth, and it's your job to determine which statement must be broken in order to progress the trial. Well, I know this. It's taking around. God bless. What the? It's a month. A minute. Okay. Assault rifle.
The mystery was never about who killed Cara, but how she died.
Correct.
Is that true? Objection! It's obvious what the murder weapon was.
What?
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilled that blood? Besides that big, scary gun.
I disagree.
No, that's wrong.
That is very much wrong.
Cassidy, can you stop butting in? You barely investigated the crime scene to begin with.
Whoa, what? I searched that place from top to bottom.
I disagree with that.
Then tell me, how was a fully loaded assault rifle used as the murder weapon?
That's easy. It wasn't. Obviously, the shooter reloaded their gun to full capacity. Any smart shooter could tell you that. Right?
Why are you bringing me into this?
Oh,
Except, the victim suffered multiple stab wounds to the torso. If the gun was fired, not only should the body have had bullet wounds, but there would be shell casings from the fired bullets. We saw neither at the crime scene.
Details. If the gun didn't do that chicken, what was the actual murder weapon?
the knife. Where's the knife?
I got it. The bloody knife. It's just so blatantly obvious. It was literally right next to the victim's body.
Why so Cam's razor gotta ruin everything?
Interesting. Both the knife and the rifle were present at the crime scene, but only the knife was used.
Kind of weird choosing the inferior weapon.
Nothing beats the sting of a sharpened blade.
If the killer didn't use the rifle, why was it at the crime scene?
Maybe it came from inside the closet.
Don't see why you'd be storing a gun in a janitor's closet.
Man, I don't know. What if it's not even related to the murder?
It could not be. I mean, it wasn't used. It wasn't loaded. It just had blood on it.
It's covered in blood.
Yeah.
Everyone everyone's starting to yell.
Debate's getting out of control fast. I need to say something. Let's see. The tablet and the assault
To
rifle.
reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Correct.
Yet they opted for the knife.
Mm-hmm.
Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
Please just assume that the killer was holding the gun, but considering the details of the victim's death, I'm inclined to think that otherwise.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's
Maybe
body.
it's the tablet?
They opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work.
It did work.
These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer...
Oh.
No, that's wrong.
Cooked on that one. I was so confused for a second. I was like,
Stop that
what?
thought right there.
What would
Keep
be
assuming
thing?
the killer had the gun. We'll end up running in circles.
What? You think the killer was unarmed?
No, they were definitely armed. With the knife. The reason they didn't use a gun is probably because they never had it to begin with.
But then, who did?
Easy. The victim.
Whoa, the dummy had the gun?
If it wasn't the killer, it has to be her. She must have brought it to the closet. She was probably carrying it before the murder, but dropped it when the killer attacked her.
Makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
I guess that makes some sense.
Complete sense.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Aren't you overlooking something?
Huh?
The victim was stabbed from the front, meaning she could have seen the killer coming, correct? If so, why didn't she shoot them?
A stealth attack! I bet the killer memorized her AI movements.
I think it was because of the bucket. They might have placed, like, the ladder was there. They might have stepped on the ladder, put the bucket up there, and when she opened the door, the bucket hit her on the head. And then sprayed her with bleach.
That's not technically true. There's evidence of a struggle between the victim and the killer.
Specifically, evidence that shows the victim attempted is the victim's hands. Yes.
This is it. We found dry blood under the victim's fingernails, which implies she was clawing at her attacker. Of course, no explanation is definitive without photo proof of the killer, but I'm confident this is what happened.
I agree.
Why would you resort to scratching when you're carrying a gun?
Did something get in the way of her using it?
Wonder if that killer stole it from her.
No.
You should have seen or heard him coming from the hallway at the very least.
Not if he was already in the closet.
That's where the fight happened, right?
I
No.
think you're getting ahead of yourself. How can we be sure the fight happened there?
It didn't. Because you know.
The fight started in the hallway, and after it ended, her body was dragged into the closet.
No, there would be
If that
smears.
happened, shouldn't there have been streaks of blood on the
Yeah.
floor or in the hallway?
Drag marks. Can't say I saw any.
It was merely a jest. No need to take it so seriously.
Instead of dragging the victim, what if the killer carried her? Don't know
Still
why
would
they
be
would want
blood.
to do that, but it would explain the lack of drag marks. But then, wouldn't the killer have been covered in...
Blood. Aye. It should have gotten everywhere. Those wounds were brutal.
Yeah.
2 inches deep, I reckon. Carrying her would have done nothing to stop the blood flow.
Good point.
She was obviously killed in the closet. That's where the blood was.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry for derailing the conversation.
It's okay.
Moving on.
It's okay. You know, sometimes you think of things.
That
It's
fight.
good to have an
The
opinion.
victim had the gun, but she was overpowered?
Yeah.
If she wanted to, she could have just, you know.
It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Because of the chemicals. Talk agreed points. Non-stop bet. Bet you were expecting that, huh? Use agreed points. Counteract to race spots. Just if you agree it's the way it lines with the evidence you've gathered, you can use your truth bullets to prove it correct. Simply aim your... Okay. Cool.
That slimy killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hand.
By the sounds of it, those two did have a crazy tussle.
Yes.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see them coming.
I disagree.
Maybe she thought the killer was her friend? I know I wouldn't hurt a friend.
She tried clawing their eyes out.
Huh. Maybe it's C. Because of the chemicals. Yeah. Oh, I know what it is. The chemicals.
Did have a crazy tussle.
Uh-huh.
She still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see them.
I agree with that. I agree with that. That's definitely the answer.
John actually has a point. The victim probably couldn't see what was going on. According to the tablet, she suffered chemical burns to the face and eyes. That sort of injury would have effectively blinded her. Also, inside the janitor's closet, there was a large empty bottle of bleach. That's probably the chemical that caused the burns.
Blinded with bleach? That's horrible.
All that pain, yet she still managed to fight back.
She sure put up a struggle. Without a gun, I guess the next best thing was her hands.
So the killer was definitely the one who blinded her.
Yeah.
Indeed. Knowing she had a gun, he blinded her to make her less dangerous. Then, when he pinned her against the door and stabbed her, she tried to retaliate.
Until eventually dying from her wounds. Jeez, this is brutal. Couldn't they have toned down the violence?
The past is in the past, and we can't change that. All we can do is solve her untimely death, eh?
I mean, by the sounds of it, we've already figured it out, right?
No. We haven't figured it out.
Seriously?
Because there's still key parts we're missing, like the bucket and stuff like that.
We know she was armed. We know she was blinded. We figured out how she died. How is this not a closed case?
Please understand, I'm proud of everyone's hard work so far. Because of you, we're one step closer to bringing the victim justice.
This was never about the dummy.
However, we should think of this case like an equation. Knowing how it works is only half the struggle. Now we need to figure out why.
As in...
The motive.
You're on the right track.
You speak like we have any information on the killer. The man's a stock image. He doesn't even have a name. What are we supposed to ascertain from that? That he's a non-character?
Not every answer will be written down for you. Sometimes actions speak louder than...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold the phone!
Grace?
What? Since when was Grace back to normal?
Right now, soybean. Watching you guys try to solve this mystery has been like watching a dumpster catch on fire.